In part one of the series for Blender Challenge 21, I picked the topic out of a hat, and it turned out to be horror movie. And after some thinking, the horror movie that I chosen to do is called The Autopsy of Jane Doe. It's available right now, if you're watching this currently, anyhow, on Tubi. If you search for it and you're interested in that kind of a thing, I think it's a great movie, and it's not a genre that I tend to watch a lot of movies from. I actually found this because I was searching for something that was sort of sci-fi, and it kind of fit that role initially in my initial searches, and it turned out to be a really great movie. So I'm going to show you some references that I'm going to work from. So this is the overall scene that I am planning on making, something along this line, and not necessarily everything in the scene. So in this shot, I can see I've got this ceiling here, and I've got a couple of other shots of the ceiling that I'll work from as well. I'm going to be working on a couple of big lights here. I can see some other lights, and I'll show another picture of those lights as well. All right. Of course, one of the main features are these mortuary cabinets. So there are 6 of them, and I get a sense from this picture about how large they are relative to the room, and their height as well. And there's a computer panel over here, so we'll do something with respect to that. I'll show you another picture. There's a metal door over here, and of course we've got an autopsy table right here in the middle here. I plan to do some lab carts, and you can see I've got this cart over here. I like this style because I haven't done this style before, and so I've got a couple images of this. I like this lab cart with the sides and the cover. I haven't done that one before, and another cart over here. I might use the same one or a different one, we'll see. And we'll put some tools and a scale on there. We'll talk about that more in a bit. So this is probably the overall view that I would go for. And this is a shot I took from watching the movie. So I went back last night and I watched the movie again. I think I've seen it about 3 times. And I just stopped it and did screenshots. So once again, I see the mortuary cabinets. I see the ceiling lights and these 2 hanging lights as well. There are some what appear to be vents around, so I could probably pretty easily do those. I see the computer panel here, and there's this sort of greenish blue tiles and concrete, and I get a sense of how high they are because I've got the character Emil there in it. I also see the lab carts again, so we've got that, and in the middle of the autopsy table is a drain. I'm not sure that I'm going to do these little paths in there. I'm not sure it'll be visible. And in this shot, again, I see the mortuary cabinets, and I can see the inside, and I get a sense of where that is, whether I have one open or not, relative to the door itself. I got a close-up of these labels that are on there, so I can model something like that. And I needed something that showed the handle or hinge. I can zoom into that. I needed the handle, and I needed the thickness of the door as well. So I've got that. And another shot, this one could show the hinges. I can zoom into that. I see the computer panel again. And again, I can see that sort of the height of the tiles and the sort of the sizes of the tiles. This shot of the lights, I guess, on these kind of tracks. And I've done lab carts before, like I said, but this one has the side panels and the front panel here. This one is a different one for instrument panels. It's with an interesting sort of shape, the way these legs come off. And this is that other one that we had seen. So I like those, and now I can see, their adjustable heights. And I can also sort of get a sense for the height of the autopsy table versus the characters about waist high. Here are some doors. So it's got the metal plates. I'm guessing all metal doors anyhow, but I can see the green color. I could probably match the tiles. some sort of scuffed up metal here with some bolts all around it, and then the window part with some metal inside the glass. A close-up of the scale. So I've got this bowl here, and I've got these pieces that stick out on all four sides, coming down to sort of a triangular base, and then the scale part here, or the dial. We'll do some equipment, although I'm not planning on doing too much. But this curved bowl and maybe a couple of larger pieces, maybe a saw, and there's a couple of these instrument panels. I don't feel like doing all these tiny instruments. I think they'll just be lost sort of in the scene. So that's what I'm planning on doing. Okay, I do have some other references. So in part 3, I'm going to start with a block out of the basic room. I'll probably do the walls and a little bit of the panels, and maybe a stand-in for the mortuary cabinets and the autopsy table, and maybe even just some blocks for lab carts and stuff, and then we'll get into the real modeling of this. So for anybody who is involved in the challenge, welcome to the challenge. This is open to beginners and anybody who likes Blender. The theme or topic is horror movie. I hope you can find something interesting that you like to do, that you'd like to model. And again, you don't have to model a whole scene. You can model just one piece of equipment or one prop or asset from that movie. That's totally fine. And you can do as much as you like. The idea is, of course, to model it in Blender and to texture it in either Blender or Substance Painter or anything at all that you like, or a combination of those. All right, so enjoy, and I'll keep you posted. I'll be modeling on camera, so watch your part 3 coming soon. Thanks very much.